Back in the shop, guys. We are going to be putting on a winch, the hardware and the bracket and the rollers on this, as you can see, the Foreman. This one should be a pretty straightforward job. The quad is all bent up. Got the dog. He's all excited. He's all excited. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, the Foreman's a little bent up here. It was in a rollover, but they say you got to take the plastics off here, take all this off to get it on there. I don't know if we're gonna have to do that or not. I just put it all back together, but if we have to, we will. But either way, we're gonna give it a try. There, relax. Oh my goodness, excited. He's gonna give it a try. Just look at these two. This is, I don't remember the brand of this one. It was on the quad whenever he brought it, but this one is way thicker than this one. I mean, it's no real big deal because he's not like pulling out trees or anything like that. He's actually just going to be using it to plow snow, so it's not that big of a deal. At least I don't think it's that big of a deal. And that thing I got online, I got on eBay for like 30 bucks, so you can't beat that. But either way, this darn dog will leave me alone. We're gonna jump into this thing and see how easy this thing is to install. All right, guys, let's jump into it. All right, jump back into this. So looking at it, you do have to take this plastic piece off, and that consists of a total of 4 of these. There's little plastic clips. You pull the centers out, and then you pull the plastic pieces out, and then 2 10 millimeter bolts right here. You pull those 2 out, and this whole plastic piece will come out. The main reason is because you can't get the bracket to fit in there. At least I can. That's just easy. I mean, a couple bolts and a couple push clips. All you have to do to get them out. So what you got in the kit is you get a bunch of bolts, obviously. These ones are going to go through here, and those, if you can see them, are going to mount right up in here. If I get it to twist around. Yeah, just like that. I don't know if the lighting's very good. Probably not. But they mount through there, and that's going to catch the bottom part, this part right here. That's going to mount to that, and that's going to use these longer bolts with the nylon lock nuts on them. And the back in here, which I already had them out, is you're going to use this washer to go in between here, and then these go through. And usually I took them out, but these are welded nuts. But being when they flipped the 4-wheeler, the welds broke off. So I'm just going to put them in there and tighten them down, and we'll be good on that one. And then the last 2, these little ones here, they actually go, well, probably going to go through the other way, but go through here, which holds that on, just like so. All right, we got the mount mounted, as you can, I guess that's the best way of putting it, but they're not tightened down completely, but I got the bolts and the brackets down here mounted, down over here, and the back ones, one here and one here, and they're a 1/2 inch. Like I said, I'm tightening them down and didn't torque them yet. I mean, they're tight, but not, I guess they're not tight, they're just tight. But I'm going to put the winch there, make sure everything's lined up good, looking good from here. And like I said, being that this whole front end is kind of bent up, as you can see, I might try to adjust it a little bit to make it so it doesn't look too bent. I'm not sure yet. That's why I'm going to wait to put the winch itself on and put the rollers on before. But yeah, so like I said, guys, as you can see here, the lighting might not be the best, but I took the bolts off here, one on each side, so you can move it a little bit. And there you go, it mounts right here, and there you go, it mounts back there. So yeah, well, said it's very, very easy. These things for me, they have a lot of tension on them, the brackets here. And what I did was actually I took them to a vise and I crimped the tops of them a little bit, okay? So make it so the bolt would go straight through a lot easier, and so you could tighten it down. This one actually went in no problem at all. This one was a little tight, so that's what I did on that one. I tightened it down. maybe if the bumpers and everything wasn't so bent up, maybe that wouldn't affect it. I don't know, but it definitely affected it. Either way, that's what I did. I just took these and tightened them down a little bit. So it made a little bit of a snugger fit around these bars. But yeah, so let me get the rollers put on and get the winch put back on. We got the wires hanging there, and we'll get this thing lined up, see how it looks. Well, we cut that off, and the reason you use tape is so, well, you got a little one right there. But either way, you put tape on there so when you cut it off, it doesn't fray, and it just cuts off really nice and clean. So that's what we did. I also put this on, and it used the 2 smaller bolts and nuts, and they're again 1/2 inch. Torque them down. Like I said, they're torqued down pretty good. There's very little adjustment on those at all, so I'm thinking that's about where it's going to be. And now we're going to put the winch in. I think I can probably fit it through here. I don't know, we'll give it a whirl. Okay. So yeah. So now, the only thing is, this kit did not come with bolts to bolt the winch to the bracket. So that is one thing. Obviously, there's all the hardware. My awesome, sweet workbench with my GoPro. It's not even working, but it came with bolts. Well, it obviously came off with bolts, and I'm gonna put these ones back in because it's pretty much the exact same thing. But the old one, they used these U-bolts, and they went up under here like that. So just think, like, instead of having this arm, they just had like a hole here and a hole here, and it mounted like so. So it's, I mean, whatever, it gets the job done, so I'm not too worried about it. But we're going to feed this line, or to mount this, and then put it on a little bit of freewheel, and I can pull this out, and then we are going to mount the hook back to it, and yeah, so we're almost done, and wire it back up. The bottom one, this thing, as you can see, is rusty crusty, so I'm gonna have to take that, clean it all up before I put the wire back on. Yeah, that's about it. We'll let me get this thing mounted down and get this pulled out a little bit, and we'll keep at it. Nice and secure. Okay, so this winch actually has 2 mounts. It's probably not like I said, this thing isn't being used to pull other quads out of the mud or anything like that. He's really using this thing just to plow snow. So all it's doing is lifting up a snow plow. But either way, you can see this thing is universal. It has a bunch of holes in it. You can put in different winches and whatnot. Like I said, this one only has 2. One here and one directly behind it. I don't know if you can even see it back there. Probably not. But yeah, so it's mounted down now, nice and sturdy. I'm gonna put this on a freewheel, get it down here, and put the hook, put the hook back on, and we're just about there. Alright, I got the freewheel, and if nobody knew how that works, that wheel right here, what you do is you just if I can get it with one hand, it's pretty tight, but you just pull it out. And then once it's pulled out, it'll stay out. And then this will just freewheel and you can pull this out. But also watch, guys, I just drilled my finger a few times. Look at those little guys. I don't know if it'll focus. Look at that, boom. Right in the pinky. Let me see. Look at that one, deadly. So just beware of that. This thing, I'm gonna pull this probably most of the way out and re-grease it. But either way, when installing these, let me know if anybody actually knows what I mean by I say this. Do not saddle a dead horse. If you know what I mean, put in the comments. But either way, I'm not going to show you how to do it. I guess I will. I'll have it on there. But if you guys know that analogy, let me put it in the comments. It's pretty funny. It's old school stuff. So either way, we're going to put this back on, tighten her down, and wire back up. And if everything looks good, I'm going to torque these down tight, and we're done. Okay, well, I actually somehow forgot to record the rest of that, but either way, guys, this is going to be a little outro. I did put the U-bolts back on and tighten her down. Everything on here is good. Tighten this all back down. Like I said, it's a little bent up, but it's not too bad. I mean, for what it is, it saved them. I think that bumper is like 300 bucks. Bent that one back, and yeah, it doesn't look too awful bad, and put a little bit of fresh paint on it too. And the I said the winch bracket and stuff doesn't look too bad either. It's not a bad gig. And yeah, so the quad's good to go. The original reason it was in here, like I said, for the quick outro, was that it needed oil change done, which I did. It also needed the headlight replaced, and then it needed the front end somewhat put back together. So that's what's got. And let's see this thing fire right up. Oh yeah, purring like a little kitten. The only issue that little issue is that the out's good, coming back in gives a little issues here and there. So I'm going to let them know. I think the winch itself is going bad, but whatever, it is what it is. I think that's a cheap winch from what it looks like. It looks kind of like a Harbor Freight one, so I don't know. But like I said, guys, that's about it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. If you like it, just give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, that'd be wonderful, so I can get some more videos going. So I'm probably going to do rear main. Yeah, you like that little bite mark out of that. My dog in the video is the one that ripped the crap out of this one. But either way, guys, we're going to do a rear seal on that quad before the snow falls. So stay tuned. We got some more stuff coming out. Yeah, like I said, guys, have a good one. We'll see you later.